Day 985. It's 8:45 p.m. just leaving church. We had our prayer night, which was actually a Bible study. And then after one of my new clients, he wanted to chat, and it was like one of the first things he said was everything's falling apart. And everything after that was irrelevant, because it was like, that's the lie. That's the deception. And then I started talking about what I taught last night: resist the devil and he will flee. And I was breaking down what resist means, what the devil means, and what flee means. And you could just see he just got delivered instantly. It was just crazy. And so I was just walking in my car thinking like, oh my gosh, when I know the word, like imagine how well, the way I'm studying the word now and diving into it, imagine how well I'm going to know the word in 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Like, to just tell him one, not even a full verse, half of a verse, and he gets delivered instantly from that anxiety and that fear and that deception, the lie. Just like, wow, 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 wow. And so I'm just so excited. I'm so encouraged to just become like, just know the word on a level that is just like, to know the truth. The word of God, the Bible, is the truth, and the truth is what sets us free. And most of us are captives to the enemy. And how you free yourself from the enemy is you speak the truth. And it's just like, wow. You know, I can encourage people, I can do whatever, but, you know, and I can inspire them and motivate them. But the only thing that truly delivers them is the word of God. And it does it quickly. It does it like instantly. So it's just such an amazing tool. And my number one gift is speaking. And I know I'm meant to speak around the world. And so to like see, to be able to arm myself with the word of God when words are my weapon, and the word of God is, you know, the greatest weapon that exists. It's just like, wow. Oh, and I'm just seeing people get just delivered from things like so quickly just by using the word. Like, it's really that simple. God made it so simple for us, yet it's so powerful. And so I'm just like super inspired and excited, and just like, man, I just can't wait until I mean, there's 31,000 verses in the Bible, so it's going to take me a while, but yeah, at the rate that I'm going now, it's really exciting. And just to see the transformation it causes in people. There's nothing more powerful than the word of God, and it just reinforces how true the Bible is, how accurate it is, and how much of a spiritual war we're in. And so that was great. I did a call today with one of my friends that I used to live with, and we did a coaching call, and she, you know, gave her life to Jesus and started pursuing Jesus, and her whole life is falling apart, which is great. She didn't see it as great, so I had to coach her through that. And I'm going to start coaching her more, because she's young and she's a new believer, and God just put it in my heart to like really help her and kind of mentor her. So I'm going to do that. And then I did a coaching call with one of my warriors of God, and coming up with like a plan of how to get her to really step into her purpose. And the call did not go how I expected, but I know God showed up, and it was just like, you got to do this, not that. And it's just so crazy. Yeah, the discernment and the wisdom. And it's interesting, because when we were sitting in that prayer circle, like our pastor would read a verse, and what do you guys think from this? And God was just giving me so much insight and so much wisdom, and everyone had like a new perspective on something so simple. And it really hit me at the end that this is what meditating on the word of God looks like. Because we read like 3 or 4 paragraphs of just a story of Paul and Silas going to prison, and then them praising God, and the earthquake happening, the doors flying open, the chains breaking, the guard running in, and asking, how do I give my life to Jesus? Because they didn't run out. And just a simple story, but so much depth. And everyone had just an enlightening perspective that I never even considered. And it's just like, wow, the word is so simple, but it's alive. And it was like, we could sit here for the next week, and God would reveal more wisdom and more depth in just such a simple story. And people were like bringing things up where I was like, wow, I would have never thought about that. And it just shows the power of meditating on the word. So yeah, it's just been a really awesome day. And yeah, it's been a really awesome day. There's just a shift in my focus. Like, it's just becoming about serving people. Like, that's what it's becoming about. And so my friend that she reached out for the coaching that I coached today, who's a new believer and struggling with some stuff, I give her a discount on the coaching. And so one session is only $50. And so she's like a little sister to me. And so I did that, and I was like, okay, she's reading the NIV version of the Bible, but she's not reading very much of it. And I was like, okay, you need to get the Message translation. It's going to make it easier for you to read and be consistent with it. And I was like, so I sent her the link, and she's like, I don't have money for that. I was like, okay, I'm going to refund 25%, or I'm going to refund 25 of the $50 you sent me, and you have to promise to buy the Bible now. And she was like, okay. And it was just like serving someone like that, where it was like, man, people are more important than money. Like, her having a Bible is more important than me having that extra $25. And it's just showing, it's revealing to me how much more important people are than they've ever been before in my life. And I love that. Like, it's making me love myself more. Like, it's making me feel good about who I am and where my heart is. And I just thank God so much for transforming my heart and taking me through this process over the last few weeks of not idolizing money anymore and really letting that go. And having a heart for people rather than a heart for money. It's just changed me. I just feel a change. I can't even put my finger on it yet, but I can feel my soul is different. It's transformed. And I just am so excited to serve people. I'm so excited to speak life into people. Like, when I was talking to my warrior of God today, I was just like, because I believe in her so much, and she's got so much potential. And I can see how the enemy stops her, and to just be able to speak truth into her and to have her receive it and have that realization was just like, man, this is what it's all about. Like, this is what it's all about. And so I'm grateful and inspired that that this is the life I get to live, and this is just the beginning. So my life really started when I gave my life to Jesus, which was 9 months ago. So I'm only a 9-month-old. I might be 36, but I'm really 9 months old. So it's encouraging.